Baseball season's coming.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I started on the one article that you left me over here. Very cool. It's nice.
It was positive.
Yeah, our Padres they're doing what they do. We bring in smart people, and they do a lot with a little. So, got to give them credit for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
16 days to pitchers and catchers, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Today's the 16th.
Take it.
I know today's the 16th. Today is the day.
I'll take it.
Take it.
I played that Clint Eastwood commercial this morning. Now that voice is stuck in my head.
Yeah, talk about the gravel voice at this point.
I eat punks like you for breakfast.
Yeah, he's the John Wayne of our day. That's what Clint Eastwood is. Remember how John Wayne used to be looked up to?
Yeah.
As like the American.
And what was that?
guy.
Gran Torino. That's when he fell in love with Detroit. So that commercial did have some sincerity and authenticity to it.
Yeah.
Because he evidently fell in love with Detroit when he was there shooting Gran Torino.
So my grandfather bought all those years too. He always bought Gran Torinos back in the day.
Gran Torino, my grandfather too.
Yeah.
A woman was pulled over for a suspected DUI in Jensen Beach, Florida, and told police she wouldn't perform well in their sobriety test because she had big boobies.
Oh.
She said if she was asked to close her eyes and balance on one leg, her breast would make it impossible. Then when she was asked if she had any injuries, she said her breasts had given her whiplash.
Oh.
When she was asked to walk a straight line, she started to dance and then started to take off her clothes, saying she wanted to show the officers her big boobies. Sounds crazy, but the officers did admit that was their biggest bust of the night. There you go. What's up on TMZ?
Oh, let's check some TMZ stuff out.
That's what they do on the TV show.
That's true, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, Geisel. Okay, let's talk about
Giselle.
her. Yeah, I always call her Geisel anyhow.
Geisel.
But Super G Geisel over there. Yesterday, her comment after the Super Bowl was, well, my husband can't throw the ball and catch at the same time. So that's already hitting
She's
there.
she's a little sore though. Those two drop passes, I'm telling you. And I
Yeah.
thought Brady, he didn't. I didn't
He
see
put
the
them
whole
right in their
post-game press conference, but that was bad.
Those were two beautiful throws, and it was the receiver's problem that they
Those
did.
two catches, then suddenly they're beyond the 50-yard line, and
It would have been, it would have been what we've become used to seeing from the Patriots over the years, and they choked yesterday. So
I bet you Branch gets cut. I bet he's done.
yeah, well, he's
Deion
been,
Branch is
yeah,
done.
he's been getting to that point.
Well, he's getting
anyhow.
old anyway.
Yeah, so let's see.
Oh, Jenny McCarthy, I support Jim Carrey's daughter in American Idol. That's becoming a whole separate story. I'm telling you, they blew it.
Why? What's up with that?
Well, I still haven't seen any confirmation on it, but word from wherever was she auditioned was
Mhm.
that she was given basically head of the line privileges
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
didn't have to go through all the other stuff. I mean, she can sing, but
Well, it's kind of like the
Who
scandal
knows?
a couple of years ago with that Irish singer.
they had a record deal
that
before.
had already had a record deal and was supposed to be just for amateurs.
Not just
so.
a record deal, but an actual release on a major label. Yeah, that was Carly.
I can't remember her last name right now. Whatever, Carly or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Now here's an interesting one that we didn't get to last week about X Factor. It turns out that Simon is looking at hiring Beyonce.
Or Mariah Carey.
And now they said Mariah Carey is too has been at this point. So
Beyonce's not going to do it.
$500 million, 5-year contract. Think
Still
about
not
that.
worth it. It's not worth it.
Well, I don't
Good
know.
luck buying a commercial on that show.
$500 million. So she's
How much is a commercial?
and she's a
on that
new
show?
mão now. So
Whatever.
maybe she wants to.
Here's
chill
a
out a little
thought.
more.
You know what? And I missed
Work
earlier
for
this morning.
Christina
I was plugging TV for tonight, and I
Yeah.
said the Voice audition, blind audition number 2 is tonight. And I was like, well, when was blind audition number 1? It was last night after the Super Bowl, and I forgot to watch it.
I knew it was on because NBC had it online afterwards last night too. So anyhow,
And Miranda and Blake sang
they
America
sang
the
America
Beautiful.
the Beautiful, and they did a great job on it. And Kelly Clarkson came out and did the Star
Great
Spangled Banner.
Banner.
The only problem that I had with the America the Beautiful was that when they did the arrangement, they extended it at the end, and it's like everybody's used to it in the end, and so you started hearing the whoops and hollers, and then they kept singing. But they did a really good job.
You know what kills me is, and there's a version of it I have in the rotation here, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, that I had to cut because they actually sing the second verse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot
I'm
of
not
people
used
don't
to
know
the
there's a
second
second verse. We had to learn it in elementary school, but I don't remember a single word of it.
That's Mitt Romney, if you knows that one.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that this morning. Everything's setting up for Super Tuesday. After Super Tuesday, we should know who it is. I don't think it's going to get to the convention at this rate.
Well,
I think they're all lining up behind Senior Romney.
they're doing the Gingrich camp is doing the delegate count right now is what they're doing. They're doing the math game is what they're trying to do. Super Tuesday is going to be either make or break for them. So
A lot of people are saying if it does come down to the convention that it won't be between Gingrich and Romney. It'll be between Romney and Paul.
Ron Paul he's got his constituency that they are behind him all the way to the convention. And the thing is, at this point, if you think about how old Ron Paul is and how many times he's run, at this point he's just going to go in as a power broker and say, I can deliver these votes for you if we get this.
I always remember in the convention with Ford and Reagan.
76, yeah.
And I remember at one point there were a lot of high level negotiations because it was so debated then. And wait, that was 80.
1976.
Was it 76?
Yeah, because it was Carter and Reagan in 19. It was George Bush and Reagan.
No, it was 80.
1980. It was George Bush and Reagan.
No,
yes, it
look
was.
At it. Okay, maybe it was Bush. You're right. It was Bush. Anyway, at one point, I remember the commentators saying something about that they'd actually talked about running as co-presidents.
Wow, I never heard that story before. That's interesting. I'm going to have to go and look that up. As much of a political
it never became like public
never...
knowledge. It was like a behind-the-scenes thing. So, I mean, it was never really a thing, but I guess somebody had offered that.
I wonder
I have to go back and look up that whole thing.
Interesting. That's one I don't think I ever heard about.
Well, I mean, both of them said no, obviously.
Yeah. No, but I don't, I love stories like that. I don't have to check that out. So
we did, me and a friend in high school, my sophomore year. I can't remember. It was it may have been 1876. I should remember this, but I don't. We wrote this really long paper about that convention because it was a very contentious convention.
It was. Well, and that's when Reagan really got his footing on being. If you've noticed over the years how many times you see Republican candidates come up and then it's the second time around that they end up getting the nomination. So
you're ringing.
Yes, I am. How about that, man?
This week, don't forget the Economic Outlook Conference.
Yeah, that's Thursday. When is the Economic Outlook Conference? What day is that?
How did we go from having all this audio? It's there.
It's a mellow tune.
Economic Outlook Conference. And then there's a bunch of other little stuff this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you. Big doings for the radio station maybe tonight. I may be asking for your help tomorrow. We'll wait and see.
It's this week is going to be potentially, hopefully, if everything goes right, it's going to be a very productive week for us at the radio.
You and Fred going to be able to go with me one day?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a long trip.
You just need to let me know.
Okay.
I
think it'll be a short trip.
I'm busy moving right now. Well, putting everything in storage right now. So.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. So
right.
Monday blah.
Anyhow.
Monday, it bites the big one. Monday, sure bites the big one. Monday, it bites the big one. We will see ya.